This reminds me back in, I think it was about 2015, we saw a number of things, number of stories like this. We now have a new story, another college. And actually, I was given the story that I should be looking out for colleges yesterday. And I saw some sort of thing come across, a warning that there could be other things happening. We had a number of colleges locked down. We now have apparently a college where something is going on right now. We're talking live. And I believe it's in Boston, Massachusetts. We're going to get into that in a second. We got so many things to get into. We have a number of new updates, even from my video I just made literally an hour ago. It looks like 4chan might have actually just solved the entire thing. Talking about the person in the pictures that they released. They're looking for this person, right? Very interestingly, 4chan has come up with a person, possible, of course, suspect, named Sky here. And the reason why they came to this conclusion is because he apparently made songs encouraging this. Also strongly resembles the pictures on the jawline and mouth. You'll notice when you look at these pictures, there's something strange about the jawline. It's not just clear skin. A lot of people are just assuming this is grainy footage that you're looking at, but you can see this part of the face is clearer. This part of the face is clearer than down here. And I'm not sure what's going on specifically. If this is, I'm not sure what's going on with the skin there, but it definitely looks different in this area. Kind of like what you see here as well. It could be potentially this person. You have other pictures as well. Okay, so maybe it's from acne or something. It's hard to say. I mean, there's various skin conditions that can cause things like that. At any rate, so who knows if this is the one or not. But 4chan has been known for finding and figuring out things in the past where someone will post something thinking that no one can figure it out, and they'll literally figure it out in a day. You'll just put like a pan on the ground. Like I think it was like a Burger King or something. Some guy who worked at Burger King was stepping on some of the food, and they somehow figured out where the location was just from one picture inside the restaurant. So there's some pretty smart geeks out there that can figure out some of the stuff using various types of software that can analyze facial features and things of that nature. It's hard to say if this is the person. We don't know for sure, but definitely worth looking into. This is absolutely disgusting. What I'm seeing happen in some places on the internet, also in public, we're seeing people completely callous, with no shred of care or love towards others, even if they don't have the same opinion as you. I'm seeing videos of people sharing the clip of what happened to Charlie Kirk to their classmates in college and laughing. I'm seeing them come up into a vigil of 1,500 people and just say blank Charlie Kirk. We're seeing, I got to show you a couple of these videos. This is insane, some of the stuff I'm seeing here. He was, of course, saying blank Charlie Kirk, right? And we had another one over here. There's like so many of these. It's just insane. I can't believe some of these videos. I thought people were better than this. Apparently not. I saw videos of people sharing clips to their classmates. Let me see. I think this is it right here. This is it right here. I'll show you this one.
Why are we cheering for someone getting shot? Like, no matter what political beliefs are, we should not be cheering that someone got shot. He has a family. We do. I value everyone's beliefs, but we
So, of course, in this case, she actually got kicked out of her class. This lady right here standing up for Charlie, the professor singled her out and asked her to leave the class while everybody else was watching the video of him, of course, dying and laughing. This is the kind of ridiculous garbage going on at our campuses and in some places. And there's this one too. This one's really ridiculous as well. This is a friend of Charlie Kirk. Check this out.
Is it bad? Charlie Kirk was just shot at his campus in Utah. Why are you laughing? He is my friend. Your first reaction is to Charlie Kirk is a dick, and you're smiling, and you laugh that my friend just got shot? You had the audacity to laugh? If you think shooting Charlie Kirk is justified because you disagree with his political opinions, you need to study your heart. Because
this is what I'm talking about. So the lack of empathy, the fact that people are not taught Christian values anymore. They're taught these values of Marxism, essentially leftism, not caring whatsoever about anybody but themselves, completely selfish. They see someone die, they don't even care. And how do you expect someone to repay you if you have the same attitude? You have to have the right attitude. As Jesus taught, love God, love neighbor, these people clearly think it's worth it to laugh at someone's demise. Very few. Apparently, I haven't seen that many videos of those. There are some. I've seen Cenk Uygur. I saw another guy. There's a few of them that have come out that had the dignity to respect him at his death, but it's been less than the other. I've seen a lot on the other. I've seen a lot on the left. Apparently, not respecting it, mocking, making bad jokes, laughing. It's really disgusting, actually. I expected better from people than this. You're like shocked at how callous and how evil some people are. And this is why we had a problem with communism, because when you're taught that there's no value to life, you start treating people like what you believe. And then that's when you see crazy stuff happening in society. We got more updates. So if you watch that video, we got more to cover. We actually have more stuff here. We actually have an entire new thing. Apparently, it looks like something happening. We're talking a number of schools potentially. I don't know. It's kind of weird because this came across, when was this? 40 minutes ago. Saying that we might have a number of colleges, of course, being, attacked. And we're talking about ones that are liberal potentially. So one side, the other side, get everybody stoked up against each other. You see what I mean? And apparently now we have one. This just came out not long ago, like an hour ago or something. Apparently happening in University of Massachusetts, Boston or something. I don't know. UMass, however you call it. I don't know what the name is. Apparently something happening there right now. So you had lockdowns of a number of schools yesterday because they were getting calls and, things like that, saying something's going to happen. And now we actually have one today. What day are we on? The 11th. What month is it? September, which of course this specific day is also an occultic day. But on more so than that, which a lot of people are not aware of, is that I believe the King of Kings was born on this day as well, back in 3 BC. I've shown it with Stellarium before. We have a number of geeky, science-based guys that go in and try to figure out when he was exactly born. The stars literally aligned. The wandering stars literally aligned on that day. You ever heard the phrase, the stars aligned for you? The stars literally aligned on his birth. The wandering stars. What is a wandering star? A wandering star is a planet. And we saw that also happen back in 2017, and it also repeated in 2023 on September. Wasn't the exact same day. It was like 17 or 23rd. But all these planets aligned in the Revelation, of course, 12 sign. We had that at the birth of the King of Kings. And that's why I think they do stuff on this day. Who's they? That's a good question. So I don't think this is just one person that did this, particularly with Charlie Kirk. Like I said, we're going to talk about a number of stories. We have our president come out with the message. I covered it on my other video, so I probably won't cover it here. But we have Joe Rogan and Charlie Sheen in live real time reacting to what happened when they learned about it yesterday. He just had a podcast come out. We have also a number of other stories. But we have apparently some of the new stuff that I can cover on my other channel. First thing, I should just maybe kind of give a little synopsis of what we have so far. We have two pieces of evidence that this person was trans. And one of them is from a governmental organization. But apparently they're not too happy that the information got out because they're going after the guy who got the information, apparently. Stephen, of course, Crowder. Now just got subpoenaed, apparently, because he let out this information. But basically, I'm not going to show you that information. I'll just tell you what it says. He's a trans. Just like we saw with the Catholic Church. What was that, a week or two ago? Exact same thing. On the, magazine, writing all their little weird stuff. Trans this, that, and the other. Yeah, that was written apparently on the stuff. I'm not going to show you the evidence because I don't need any, subpoenas either. So, yeah, I'm not interested. So we got that piece. That's just one. We had another one that I found yesterday, which I covered on my main channel, God Rules, where we had a person who was trans that came out and said that something was going to happen that day. So apparently he knew about it. I got so many windows open. I'm trying to find it. My goodness, how many windows I got to open here? Yeah, here we are. So this person named Omar, I just assume when you see the name Omar in Nigeria, Galvez, you would assume someone from the Middle East or something, right? Or Arab country. But no, actually, that's not the case. Apparently, this person here was the one that went by that handle. I can show it on the screen. Let's see if I can get it on the screen, right? I might be able to do it. There we are. As you can see, this person is the one that went by that name. And that person is the one that wrote this. So this person was in the know. Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone will, of course, evaporate. Him literally. Let's just say something big will happen, of course, tomorrow. And he's got this dog that looks like it's smiling. So he clearly knew, and apparently other people knew this was going to happen. And it seems to be related to all the other ones we've seen of recent, which tend to be from, of course, trans. Right? But I knew it was bigger because we got other stuff. We got apparently a weird stuff going on with planes. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Was that with John Candy as a movie? No, it literally planes, apparently not exactly. Little mysterious stuff going on with planes. I'm going to show you in a second here. This guy used to work in the military. He would actually monitor planes in the military, so he knows what he's talking about. Let me show you this.
They have wiped or attempted to wipe this flight data from the system, okay? Which tells you, and I'm going to show you how I know that, okay? What happens is you can go in and basically have those flights deleted. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's not necessarily global, right? So you could wipe it from one, it'll take it out of one system, but it'll still show up in another. The reason I know they have done this is because if I go over here to Skyglass, what do you see missing? You see the two flights I just showed you on the board, okay? Now, note the time of the top one. Do you notice here? Okay, you go 9-7, 9-8, 9-10. Now, the two flights that are missing are 9-10. So why would there be two flights missing out of this? Because they took them out. That tells you somebody went in to deliberately sweep the data. Now, here's the other piece, too. Yeah. This particular aircraft, this is the last 30 days. You'll notice it just went active. It hasn't flown in the last 30 days. So it flew on 9/7 and 9/8. And you'll notice that the timelines, all right, departs here at 10:07 on this first line. This is actually a midnight transition, all right? So when you're looking at that, it shows 2 dates, but reality is it's one flight prior to the 9:10 stuff, okay? It took off at 10:07 p.m. local, all right? Hour and 52 minutes. That means they were just taking their sweet time because it can make it down there in about 30 minutes. So this tells you very likely we had a dry run going on right here, okay?
See, so there's also the fact, and what made it obvious that there is more than one person involved and there's some high, of course, players involved, is we had a number of publications putting out this the day before. New York Times, LA Times reported Charlie Kirk on September 9th, the day before, saying it happened. You had a book published on Amazon the day before about him being shot. That's a little strange. How would they know beforehand? See what I mean? We have, and like I said, I would have showed you the Steven Crowder stuff, but I'm not going to because apparently he already got subpoenaed or something. Okay, but I already had my own evidence that it was trans the day before already. And of course, that person tried to wipe their account out so no one saw it, but we all saw it. We have also a number of other things. Like I said, we got new evidence that just came out like within minutes. I think it was, no, well, maybe not minutes, but it was the first time I saw it. That just came out. I hadn't talked about the scene on the building. We'll get into that. We're going to get into actually a lot of other stuff. First of all, I got to mention we have the giveaway still going on. There's literally a day left, my friends. You're going to definitely want to get involved if you have not already. $500 Amazon gift cards, a $500 laptop. Very easy to enter. Just pause the video, click the first link in the description, put your name and email in, and click a bunch of buttons, and you'll get numerous entries, which will easily give you a 1 in 100 chance of winning. Link is in the description. Of course, this book here, The Lost Ways, How Your Great-Great-Grandfather Lived Without Electricity, How to Build a Cellar, Do Things Around the House as they did in the old days, hundreds of pages illustrated. You might need that book. You see what's kind of potentially happening here. We talked about Kim Clement's prediction. Many will fall in the fall. This seems to be the timing. The date, of course, the 11th. Obviously, there's something around this date. I've already talked about that. The birth of the King of Kings in 3 BC, for example. Also, of course, mysteriously, just a few days ago, Nicolas Cage's new movie got a trailer put out. Apparently, it looks like it's anti-Christian, and it's about Jesus, literally. I talked about that in a previous video. What was that? I didn't even have that pulled up. Let me go pull that up really quick. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on spiritually right now. Google. There we go. Nicolas Cage. Yeah, The Carpenter's Son. That's what it's called. And apparently it's based on the infancy gospel of Thomas, I believe, which is deemed heretical or whatever you want to call it. It's not good, from what I understand. And basically it paints Jesus as if he was like being rebellious, and then there was some other kid that was tempting him to do evil, or I don't know, some weird theme in the movie from what I could tell. I covered it and talked about it in a previous video. Go check it out. But at any rate, so you definitely want to get this book. You never know what's next. Get the print version. What if you don't have power for a few weeks? Also, Food Supply. Go check that out as well. Link below. You got a deal going on. Let's get back to this. So we have, of course, Joe Rogan and Charlie Sheen reacting to this in real time. They just put up he just put up a new podcast with Charlie Sheen. I think it's around the 2 hour and 29 minute mark when this happens.
So this just happened. We just found out that Charlie Kirk got shot.
It's fucking awful.
And is he dead?
No, I don't think so.
That's what was just
one of the guys out there just said it was confirmed that he's dead.
In the lobby was just.
I've been looking. I haven't seen anything that said confirmed.
Whoa. 'Cause, 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 'c
Murder for having a different opinion from somebody else.
Yeah.
Different ideology from somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
Beliefs that didn't
who
align.
did it or
Yeah.
I'm
he's
sorry?
dead?
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Or in
Fuck.
Fox News.
Jesus. 27 years old, maybe? 30?
Do they even have a suspect?
I don't know. Well, that's why.
Yeah, that was last night, of course. Or actually, that was probably earlier in the day, yesterday. For Joe Rogan, when that happened, of course, and I mentioned that Charlie Sheen has actually shown recently that he is sort of in the same realm as us because he follows Benny Johnson. He gave $1,000 to that lady, Holly, who was beat up at that jazz concert a month ago, showing clearly he's not liking what's going on around us either. So, but now we have another piece of evidence here. Apparently, his nest on top of the building. And again, we now have, like, I don't want to present the evidence, but like I said, we have evidence that it's trans. 2 pieces of evidence actually so far. Technically, you could say 3, but I don't want to say 3. We'll just say 2. So far, we got 2 pieces of evidence that this person was trans, likely, seemingly very similar to what we saw with the Catholic Church. Very similar sort of mentality and things they did from what we can see so far. We only got a little bit of evidence, though. But I don't think that they were working alone at all. We got these weird flight patterns. We got these books and these mainstream, of course, outlets publishing a day beforehand, which reminds me of what happened to our president back so many months ago when a company, an investing company from Austin, tried to short his stock on his website, our president's website, right? We're talking Truth, Social, tried to short it, which is a means of trying to make a lot of money real quickly, as if they knew the stock was going to fall. But it didn't fall because they failed, right? And instead, they actually lost money. But the fact that they did it the day beforehand, it's like obviously someone knew, right? And it was just out of the blue. And that investment company also handled the money for some famous people, not on the left, on the right. We're talking like Cheney, those type of people, the old days ones, like the 90s, those guys, their money was handled by this investment company. So just because there's actually a lot of people trying to say this is, they're trying to already pass blame to various countries. And there's actually one country in particular they're trying to pass blame to already. Let's see if I can pull that up. I got so many windows open. Here we go. Yeah, here it is. So, of course, a lot of people are trying to say it is a country in the Middle East, which, of course, X is full of people that are always just assuming it's that country for everything that goes wrong. And I'm not willing to say it's that country because there's no evidence really of it yet. Although there is some little bit of strangeness, like a couple strange things, but it's really completely like not pointing to anything really necessarily. It's just kind of like adding your own opinion to it, right? Like, for instance, Bibi came out and gave condolences to Charlie Kirk's death, saying he supported their country, but every other personality has come out and gave condolences. So just because he came out doesn't mean he did something. You know what I mean? Like, that's not really evidence of anything. So a lot of people are just wanting it to be that country, so they're like just seeing what they want to see, kind of narrow vision-ish type of thing. There really is no evidence. I agree with Alex here. There isn't any evidence yet pointing to that country, although I do believe it is some people at the top, whoever it might be. Whoever it might be. Could be on the left, right, wherever, I don't know. Whoever it is, it's somebody's got money and up higher because they let some, publications know beforehand. And I think they try to separate themselves from the group that does it. So I think it was a trans, of course, group that did it, but they try to separate themselves, and they're up here somehow promoting this down here and seemingly like they're not connected. And I think that's what's going on. And that way it looks like they're not implicated. But we have, of course, lockdowns yesterday on a number of campuses. And then today we have one campus with something going on. We're talking active right now. And that's in Boston. All right. And there are some other weird stuff. Like I said, we got other stuff to get into. I actually got a lot of stuff open. I've been jumping around. Let me see. I got something here. Yeah, right. I don't want to play. I don't want to show that because of the whole thing with the ATF. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble here. Yeah, so I'm not going to show that. But I already kind of gave you an idea. It was a piece of evidence that confirmed the other piece of evidence I had. But there's two people behind Charlie. They're saying they're behaving strangely. I tried to figure out their names. You can't get their names really. There's no names I can find online of these two people. I only spent like about 20 minutes. I'm not going to spend like 2 hours trying to find their names, but I haven't been able to find their names. The security detail guys, I don't know their names. But there is one interesting point about this is that the guy in the white, I don't think he really did anything per se. This guy in the black, it did seem like he made some sort of hand signal, but people are just assuming it was a hand signal to whoever's on top of the roof, but actually it could have been just simply, who knows? Like he might have seen the guy on the roof and was like trying to give a warning. I don't know. Actually, that doesn't even make sense, does it? So it's probably not that. But I mean, who knows what he was doing? I'm not sure. I mean, he has a team that he's working with. But there is one interesting point that's, I think, more, at least in my mind, more relevant, is the fact that he's on Charlie's right side this time, but usually he's on his left side in previous events. So that's kind of strange. Because if he was on his left side, because he's pretty far away from him still, though. Usually he's on his left side. Or at least in these events, here he is. Maybe there's some where he's on the right or left. I'm not sure. I haven't had a chance to look into that. But then we have, of course, what exactly happened. We have right here, it explains it. And so what happened was, it looks like the bullet hit part of his soft body armor, and it fractured, and part of it shot up through his shirt and hit his neck, and the other part hit his ring on his finger and broke it. That's what actually happened. You can actually see the ring. Is this the ring? I think that's the ring falling off his finger right there. So it actually fractured when it hit his body armor. It looks like it hit right on the edge of it. So it ricocheted. Some of it ricocheted up. Some of it ricocheted to the side. It hit his ring on his finger. It's really bizarre. So that's apparently what happened with that. We do have a picture of someone who allegedly might be involved. This is who they're looking for. Doesn't really tell you much. I mean, the guy's got sunglasses and a hat on. And it's kind of grainy looking too, right? I guess we can click on it closer a little bit. Doesn't really tell you much. This is the guy they're looking for now. So of course, then you got a lot of other things coming out. We have, of course, also someone caught the guy up on the roof on video. That also happened. We have apparently South Park has now canceled or removed the episode about Charlie Kirk from cable. So you got that story. And I kind of feel like they're trying, and this is something that Patrick Bet-David said was one of his theories, was that they're maybe trying to stoke the fires of two sides against each other to cause some sort of, civil war or something. Because now apparently it looks like some of these universities that are, more on the left are now having this issue, because we had this one in Boston, Massachusetts. So they're trying to stoke some sort of political thing, angst, or whatever you want to call it, to start something, maybe to distract us from what they're doing, to keep us against each other rather than noticing who's doing it, those at the top who are clearly behind this, which is pretty much what I've noticed this entire time I've been on YouTube. But I've been talking about this. I talked about stuff like this 10 years ago on YouTube, on my main channel, God Rules. Literally 10 years ago, I was talking about this type of stuff back then. You had the Vegas one back in, what was it? It was back somewhere in there. It was like maybe 8-10 years ago. I don't remember now at this point. But anyway, of course, also you got these same people at the top are trying to bring in AI, get rid of our jobs. They're trying to weaken the family. You can see, it's like if you look at it from a bird's eye view, you can see it. They're like, they want the family unit to be weak because the GOV sees that as an enemy. Those type in the GOV see it as the enemy, not the good type. See it as an enemy of them because they can't control it. They want to have full control is the idea. More money, of course, power. This is where the Fed comes in, all that. That's why I think we need to get rid of the Fed. But you also have, and that's why wages are down, is because of the Fed. And you have on top of that, AI trying to take our jobs, particularly white collar jobs. At this point, the good news is our president's bringing a lot of blue collar jobs back to America through some of these companies like Apple, even Meta, even though Meta just fired a bunch of people in white collar tech. They are bringing a lot of manufacturing back to America, which would be more so blue collar jobs. But the fact is you have these issues going on right now. You have Intel. They laid off a bunch of people back in July. You can see it right here. You got TCS. You got Meta. You got Hewlett Packard, Microsoft. Microsoft doing a lot of it. Intel seems to have one of the biggest shares, though, of layoffs, and they're replacing people with AI and other things. But at any rate, that's my video. I'm kind of wondering what some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.